What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. We're also going to get in some altcoins as well. What I want to do is look at all these on the weekly time frame, guys. We're getting to that point in the cycle where we really just want to focus on the weekly time frame, step back, take a look at the big picture, and look at where we potentially could be going in the future here. So if you guys get something from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's always appreciated, and let's dig into this. So guys, last week on Sunday, we did have a weekly candle close that was right at or slightly above the previous all-time high. So that did come in for us. It did come on heavier volume, which is nice. And now we're trying to get up and have another weekly candle close up above that previous high, which would really show strength for us if we can get there. So it's going to be important to close this week up above our previous week's high. So we're going to watch that here, guys, and that's going to be roughly at about $70,400. If we can get that, then we potentially can look up to that $75,000 range. The thing I'm still a little bit just concerned about here, guys, is the fact how we have went straight up here without really having any type of breather just to cool things down, set a higher low, and then really get moving through this. We've tried to break an all-time high when we've just had this massive stretch without building much support. So I am watching that. Not saying Bitcoin can't go higher from here, guys. Obviously, Bitcoin can do anything it wants in this space, but I'm just watching and see what would be the most realistic scenario for us. You know, do we go back and test the previous week's low, which could put us at around $59,000. We cool everything off and then we break up through and go higher? I'm not sure, but I just want you to watch these things and pay attention to them. Right now, everything's looking great though, guys. No problems, just besides the overextension like we were talking about. Right now, money flow is going to be at a positive 12.74, so that's looking good. VWAP is going to be at a positive 5.12, no problem there. Then our relative strength is going to be up at 89 on the weekly time frame there, guys. Just write all that stuff down. It's important for you, and you can watch it each week and see if we're moving up, we're moving down, what's taking place. That's what I like to do in my journal. So that's Bitcoin, guys. The next one we're going to go to is Ethereum. We're sitting at $3,900 right now. So for Ethereum, guys, I also want to get our 20-week simple moving average on. I'm sorry, I forgot that for us, so that's going to be in green. So right now, everything's still looking good for Ethereum, guys, up above our 20, 50, and 200 weekly moving averages, so no problem there. Same deal with Ethereum, guys, still just extended here, which Ethereum likes to do that a lot. But I would still say it'd be healthy for us to, you know, get some retracement, maybe even a pullback to $3,200 on the weekly time frame if we can get it, set a higher low, and then continue to move on. But if not, and this does keep running, guys, we need to get up over top of roughly about $4,100, and then that potentially could open the doors for us to go up and test that previous all-time high right around that $4,800. Money flow right now is going to be at a positive 8.80. VWAP is going to be at a positive 3.86. And our relative strength is going to be at 84 right now on the weekly time frame for Ethereum. So no major red flags, guys. I would just say the only thing I'm seeing is just we're pretty extended, I would say, is the only thing. And I would like to see more volume here for Ethereum if we are going to go up and test some of these previous all-time highs. I want to see some larger volume coming with it. So that's going to be ETH, guys. Next one we're going to get into is Cardano. Cardano, we are flat on the day. Main thing that we've been looking at for ADA here, guys, and this is what we're going to continue to watch, is for us to hold this 200-week simple moving average, and that's going to be at 70.5 cents right now. That's the area we need to hold. We don't want to drop back below that again and have to start fighting with it as overhead resistance. We did go below it this week at about 68 cents, but we got back up above it now. We're at 76 cents. Today we started out a little bit stronger. I think we were up 4%. We've given it back so far on the day. So just keep an eye on all that, but that's the main thing that we need to hold, guys, is that 200-week simple moving average, so that we would have the 200 simple moving average as support, and then we would have the 200-day moving average as support as well in white here, and that's what you want. You want those aligned together to really help you have that momentum and the wind at your back. Right now, money flow is going to be at negative 0.51, so pretty flat there. Our VWAP is going to be at a positive 5.15, and our relative strength is going to be up at 75 right now. So that's going to be Cardano, guys. Really watch those major areas. Prior week's low is going to put you at about 60 cents. Prior week's high is going to put you at 80 cents, which we did touch 80 cents at one point today. So that's a big area we need to get up through. So that's going to be Cardano on the weekly. If you're here for Cardano, let me know down low. Just put ADA down low. We're going to move into AVAX next. AVAX has had a really nice move here, guys. Let me get some of these resistance lines out of the way for us. Okay, so guys, we're up above our 20, 50, and 200 simple moving average, so no problems there. Main area that we need to hold as support now for AVAX is going to be $40. Main overhead resistance we need to get up through now is going to be about $60, where we started to fail just a little bit. But it's looked really nice here, guys. Last week's video, we talked about this big volume here. We've cooled down on less volume, and now we need to go get this higher high on more volume. So we're going to watch to see what the week brings for us here and how we close. But right now we are up above that average volume for AVAX. So see if we can close a nice candle here and then go up and test potentially some higher levels. We look at resistance up around 65, then be up to around that $70 for AVAX. Money flow right now is going to be at a negative 6.27, so we want to keep an eye on that. VWAP is going to be at a positive 8.62. And our relative strength is going to be at 75 right now for AVAX. Next one here, guys, just going through all the ones that people have been requesting. I'm trying to do the best that I can here. Let's take a look at Link. So Link up above our 20, 50, and our 200 week simple moving average, so no problems there. Guys, we have been in just an overall nice uptrend. I mean, you can see our low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We've come up to get our higher high, and we just need to continue to hold that prior week's low now, which is going to be at about $17.57. Is going to be support that we need to hold. Overhead resistance, we've been up and we touched around $23, guys, but we had some failure up in that range. So you can also see this order block here, which is another big area of overhead resistance, which is between $24 and $28 for Link. Money flow is going to be at a positive 3.55. VWAP is going to be at a negative 0.10, and our relative strength is going to be at 68 for Link. So no problem there, guys. As we've talked about with Link, we believe this was our accumulation area. This was the stage 1. We are in that stage 2 now, and just seeing what we can do with some of these overhead resistance areas. So that's going to be Link. Next one, guys, let's get into Solana. Solana has just been beautiful overall, guys. This is the definition of what strength is. I mean, in a market when you're just watching and it's setting those higher lows and higher highs on the weekly time frame, it's a beautiful thing. You can see our 20-week simple moving average just curving up following the price action here. So we have got extended from it, but obviously this is cryptocurrency, guys, and anything can happen in this space. I mean, you could wake up tomorrow and it could be at all-time highs, or we could wake up and it could be back down at $100. I mean, you just got to be prepared for anything in this space, and that's what I would tell you the most. After 7 years, anything can happen, guys. So just be aware of that. But right now, structurally, everything's looking good. We had our higher low at about $78. We've coming up here now, and we've gotten our higher high. So if we do retrace, guys, we would want to hold, I would probably say about 130 right in that area before we potentially go up and try to reach some higher areas and test previous all-time high up around that $260. Money flow is going to be at a positive 7.20. VWAP is going to be at a positive 7.21, and our relative strength is going to be at 82 right now. So Sol, everything looking good, guys. Same deal there. Let's take a look. Let's get into XRP. So XRP, guys, and this is just on the weekly time frame here. So stepping back, you can see we've really been trying to put in these higher lows. We've just really been fighting to keep those. So what XRP needs to do is hold around 49 cents is going to be the area of strong support that we need to hold. And then overhead resistance is an area that we've tested twice around that 75 cents. Is going to be a spot. If we can crack that, then we'd look up to around that 93 cent area, and then that $1, that major psychological area for us. But as of right now, I would just really watch to see if we can hold around 49 cents. Relative strength is going to be at 61 right now. VWAP is going to be at a positive 18.24, and our money flow is going to be a negative 5.41. So that's going to be XRP. See if there's any more I want to get into with you here, guys. Let's take a look at SHIB. All right, so for SHIB here, guys, stage 1, right down here, accumulation area. We had this major breakout here, came on heavy volume. So far, even the selling pressure has been a little bit lighter as well. With meme coins, guys, this is when you really got to realize anything can happen. So if you're playing them, just play smaller positions. That's the main thing that I would say. But structurally, when we're looking at a chart like this, this would be our stage 2. This would be our first major breakout, impulse wave. We'd have to see what type of volume we have on our retracement, if it's going to be light. If it is, then that could show that we could potentially go up and test some of those higher areas like our previous resistance of, we're just going to say 4,617 there. Money flow is going to be at a negative 5.54. VWAP is going to be at a positive 13.97, and our relative strength is going to be at 88. Next one, guys, let's get into Litecoin. Here we go. I don't want to forget my Litecoin family out there. So if you're here for Litecoin, let me know down low. And then guys, kind of the same deal like we were having with XRP here. We're just kind of looking at these higher lows, seeing if they can hold. We had $57, we had $60, then we had about that $70. And now what we're doing is trying to get up over top of this 200-week simple moving average. And guys, this is why I say these things are really a big deal for you for spotting trends, also support and resistance. I mean, you can see back here where we failed at it, went up again, we failed at it, again, we failed at it, and now we failed at it again. We're going to try to get up over top of it, but that's the significance of these things, and that's the power of technical analysis. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can tell you, if this happens, then watch out for this. If this happens, then this potentially could happen, and that's what you have to do, guys. It's an odds game. Put the odds in your favor. I would say technical analysis and reading the tape will be accurate maybe 65-70% of the time. You can do everything right, and there can still be 30% of the time where news breaks, anything happens. So that's why you have to be prepared, guys. And in my opinion, just be safe out there. Don't go all in on one position. Just take your time, really think about things, look at those higher time frames, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, and that should help you map out major support and resistance areas. So for relative strength on Litecoin, guys, we're at 65. VWAP's going to be at a positive 16.24, and our money flow is going to be at a negative 2.48. But really keep an eye on this overhead resistance. See if we can get over top of it, guys. If we can, then we look up to about 115, and then it'll be around 130 here. So let's just see if Litecoin can do it down the road. But I love you all, guys. Be safe out there. Nice to see this price action. God bless you all.